welcome to Render Crash, where a studio full of VFX artists fails to communicate instead of getting actual work done. I'm Lexi,
I'm Jacob,
And I'm Matt.
and we will be doing Trailer Trash.
and we are Render Crash,
Trailer Trash.
the artist formerly known as Render Crash.
Okay, so our challenge this time around was basically a mixture of the game Telephone and then just finding our own sort of clips to create a movie trailer. You only know half of it, basically. We are starting with Jacob to lead off. He had
Hello.
the first sentence here.
So I was given my little snippet of the trailer by Lexi, and my little snippet was critics are calling it the feel-good movie of the year. I forgot to hit record for roughly the first third of my thing, so you're going to see me recreate it backwards in time. If you want to hit play, I started off with finding a bunch of things like cars and this beautiful, beautiful waterscape here. And so I took that, recorded, tracked it, and I tracked a little car. And so again, just kind of an establishing shot of a film. So you have like a little bit of lens flare and a little bit of movement. And then I realized that it needed a little bit something else. And so I decided to change it to wingdings first off. And I decided to change that back because I realized that's probably not the best. I've put a placeholder here for just a brief second on it. But the next thing that I did
I feel like
was...
I'm getting flashbangs here.
just getting flashbanged over and over. I added to this man. He's a very, very tiny man standing next to his cool station wagon on the beach. And followed it with a shadow and just kind of tracked him in. So the story begins off with Jeremy the man and his cool red station wagon, because that's all I know that's happening in this film, is that there's a film with Jeremy and his red station wagon at the beach. And then from there, I passed along my line to Matt.
All right, so when I got my sentence or the next phrase from the trailer from Jacob, I had no idea what he was working on. And all I got from him was a thriller that chillers. Which, once I decided what that meant, because it's not real English, I started working on... I guess that is the start. Yeah, I started working on my project. So before I started here, I kind of thought a thriller, like maybe it's a crime drama, right? So there's been a murder or something. Something's happened. So I went and found a shot of some police officers, but then I was like, what's chillers?
Chiller.
What does that mean? So I decided that I was going to put something else behind the officer, something chilling, something terrifying.
Oh no.
So I started off with just doing a quick masking and separating of the foreground here. Nothing fancy, but just something quick so I could start seeing it. Then I added in the most terrifying thing I could think of.
I hate clowns.
A working man.
An entertainer of sorts.
Which is great because the foreground and the background are both in slow motion. So there's just this slightly out of focus clown
just walking
menacingly
Oh my
in the
God.
background of a crime scene.
Stand back. There's a clown nearby.
Yeah.
Have you seen him?
So this took me forever. This was actually the second time I recorded it as well because the first time crashed.
Ooh.
And I was having trouble figuring out how to make the thing record the frame. So this first run is pretty rough. It's kind of jumpy. I fixed it later.
Okay.
But yeah, so basically I got it cut out, and here I'm just tracking the background so I can make sure that the clown is sticking to the ground and not sliding around.
Yeah.
That went pretty well. Track was there was enough detail in the background of the track that it wasn't that hard. It just took me
That's a good
a
face.
minute. But yeah. So I applied it and just started filling in the additional roto to cover up
Ooh.
with the front. There we go. I've got that, and then I did a little bit of color correction and adjusted the focus a little
Is it
bit.
a ghost
Wow.
No, I just wanted to make it fit the scene, so I darkened
Ooh,
it down.
Yeah.
There you go.
I decided it needed a shadow,
Of course.
so I added that, made it look like it's actually walking on the street there.
Oh
Looks
my
partially
goodness.
like a construction worker back there also.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's
Oh my goodness.
And then I sent a idea to Lexi based on nothing more than what I had kind of been working
Yes.
on. But I also didn't want to give too much away. So when I sent it to Lexi, my task,
boy.
my sentence for her was a tale of terror and romance. So Lexi,
Ooh.
anything you want to say before we start this here?
I just want to say that I cut down a lot of this and it's still kind of long, but I had many fails of trying to do things. So what I ended up with in the end was not necessarily what I wanted particularly, but I still think I got a theme across. So I had a tale of terror and romance. So for the first clip, I wanted a lady that was like scared in bed, you know, because I didn't want it to be like too gruesome or horrific, but I wanted like a spooky element. So I had her and I just kind of added some like film burn on there so it would look spooky, kind of like
Ooh.
toned it a little bit differently. And then I went through quite a few different just clicking on things basically. So finished that one
Oh.
up pretty good, and then I had like a little bit of a fade into the next clip. So for the romance, oh, this is really terrible. This may or may not have been the first track. The first track I did was really bad, like horrendously bad. So it didn't stay. And then I finally called over Sophia, and I'm like, Sophia, please help. So I was gonna roto this guy's hand, and that's me doing that. So I can probably cut that down as well. But basically, I wanted to add something to the letter because it's a love letter.
Oh, and we should add, this is all just
And-
stock footage that we found.
Yes,
True.
yes.
We didn't go out and film these shots specifically.
No.
We just had to find something that works.
So this is stock footage. I just typed in love letter because I wanted something kind of creepy but kind of romantic also. So rotoed that guy's hand out, and I wanted to put something in the letter, and it won't make sense with this first clip, but it makes sense in continuity with the second clip. So, little spoiler alert there. This is me. I don't even know.
Getting
I
angry.
tried to scribble stuff out. I don't even know what I was really doing there. But that's pretty much the process of rotoing the hand, and I can probably cut this down as well. But wanted to keep it fairly simple because I don't know how to do very complex things.
Also, I was about to ask you, how much experience do you have in the VFX world, Lexi?
Like -12. No. Like a pinky toe. I don't even know.
How long have you been working in the VFX world?
Less than 6 months, I think.
And for reference, Matt, how much experience do you have in the world of VFX?
Well, when I was a young lad.
Stone and chisel.
Yeah. I have well over 2 decades of experience.
Yeah. So basically, since I didn't know how to read, and Matt was doing VFX, so that's basically it. But that was good filler over my random crap that I'm doing here. Maybe I just added this clip twice because this looks like the same sort of stuff. I don't really know what I'm doing. So I messed around with that for quite a bit, and then that's when I eventually called over Sophia to help me track in something. So I will add that little bonus piece. So here, finally, we're getting to the part where I want to add, and it's really dumb that I took all this time just to add this. It's a little water lily pad, so I had to make sure that I got the transition right.
She's a frog.
No, that's not where that's going, although that was a good guess. So had to mess around with my little leaf thing and put it where I wanted it to go. Kind of make it look a little bit more like it was on the actual paper. And of course put it like underneath his hand because it wouldn't just be chilling out there. So that was also a process. But basically, that's pretty much what I did. Nothing too crazy there, but I did have to fix my roto because you could kind of see on the fade in that the hand was coming through, and I didn't get that originally. So had to kind of fix that. And yeah, it's basically just alluding to the next little bit that will happen. So I don't really have any more commentary. This is just me playing it over and over and over again. And then this is when Sophia was helping me. And she was explaining stuff.
Were you planning on tracking the little lily pad to the paper?
Yeah, well, yeah, because the guy's hand moves to right and they kind of zoom in. So yeah, it was like flopping all the way around. So she was kind of explaining to me, you know, when you turn on or off certain, whatever the heck those things are at the bottom. So I think the first one we did was a little wonky, but I think this ends up being the one that we fixed. And it's not great, I'm gonna be honest. It jumps around quite a bit, but it's better than it was. So
there you go.
So could be worse, but that was pretty much it.
Hey, I have a question for you, ma'am. I see this leaf. I see this lily pad.
Mm-hmm.
And
she's not a frog.
She's not a frog.
No.
If she's not a frog, but she is waking up scared in the middle of the night, how did we get to my prompt?
You'll see.
I will see?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
yeah. It's about to get spooky.
It's about to get very, very spooky.
So we're just setting the stage right now.
So Matt, if you don't mind, we have it pulled up what prompt Lexi gave to me. Which if you I'm just going to say it out loud. My prompt was from Lexi. Who knew cryptids could have such big hearts? ... And well ... other things. And I don't know what had happened in the time that I had given the thriller that chillers to get to this point. I still don't even know
We've seen the whole process.
We've seen the process now, and I still don't know how I got to this point. And so I had to spend quite some time. And Matt might now understand why I sent him what I sent.
Hey, so far it's aligning.
I sent for his next section. So I typed this out, and I just sat here reading it for a while, and I happened to find this footage of
a bowl?
Of
a sound bath?
Of a sound bath where somebody is doing some...
Oh my god.
And so I thought, well, what can I do with this? Because I don't want to make it too explicit, but not...
I was thinking like Mothman or something.
Well, that's not where it went. So I cut out this lady's fingers. I cut out a monster hand.
Oh my god.
And I put the hands where they need to be. And I started blurring it out and making it very gray. I also sped mine up a lot to be able to show all the little elements of stamping the hand, making sure it lines up with everything, blurring and pixelating. Not just the hands and the arms.
Well, it's not obscene. Cryptids are naturally blurry. That's why you can't get a photo of them.
True.
And so then I realized, like, well, it looks weird if there's something red. So why don't I match the skin tone of the little roller thing and then also blur it out so you get the full effect whenever all is said and done of a lady kind of just shaking some rotating thing over the stomach region of a monster here. And so that's what I did. And so you'll see here pretty shortly that it basically comes down to the fact that there's a woman doing some mystical cryptid art of tummy rolling or big heart thumping that ends in a very...
What made you think of that clip? Like, why did you
I
get
didn't know what else to do.
a sound bath clip?
Because I wanted some motion around the stomach / groin.
Oh my god.
So that's where mine ended up with on that.
I will point out that you're the one that put innuendo in
yes.
the assignment for
No,
Jake.
I understand that, but the clip is so random. Like, I would not have thought
there's not much else that I could think of because I thought of getting some black
I
and
thought
white.
you were gonna get like somebody like looking like at somebody else suggestively, like ooh. Because I
think
put the
about that.
eyeball emoji.
You did put I couldn't incorporate the eyeball emoji. I will say that.
That's where I went wrong. Oh my goodness.
So that's
Okay.
that's what I got and what I ran with, and so then I passed the baton or the cryptid dingaling on to Matt.
You certainly did.
I forgot what I wrote.
You wrote for me, this summer, the wettest love story splashes onto the big screen. So keep in mind that the last time I had seen anything about this, I had a clown terrorizing the city that I had passed on, and now it's turned into a love story. So I got to thinking. It's like maybe.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Maybe it wasn't actually. Maybe the first shot was just a red herring.
Ooh.
Maybe the clown was not the murderer.
Oh.
Maybe the clown was the
the
victim.
victim.
The
It was
murderee.
a ghost clown.
Turns out, maybe clowns are oppressed,
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
and a forbidden love story happens.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So we'll go ahead and start this here so that you can see what I chose to do with this prompt. So this is now a story of forbidden love. Wet forbidden love, thanks to Jacob's
Oh
prompt.
my god.
Very wet. Yeah.
So the first thing I go about doing.
Oh no.
They had to be clowns,
They, of
right?
course, had to be
Because
wet
this is now this alternative cinematic universe where clowns are an oppressed race. They're off on their secret rendezvous somewhere in the forest in this pool.
This
in the
crystal
dark,
clear
in the
Oh,
dark.
pool.
Gene
Or-
Simmons. Oh my god.
So.
Oh, that's so good.
So
Wow.
so
Oh.
I made a
Oh,
quick
mesh track.
yeah, I did a quick Photoshop track, and then I did a mesh track so that I could get the makeup to actually follow their faces as they
Oh my
move.
God.
And it's not perfect. I wasn't spending a lot of time doing this,
Yeah.
but it was good enough.
That's great.
And the water was giving me a little trouble, so you'll see like the makeup on the girl's face kind of creeps up just a little bit, and you'll see. But really, unless you're looking at it, all you're seeing are two clowns.
Two clowns. Deeply in love.
Expressing their forbidden love.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, I did that. Then I just separated the layers, applied the masks and everything, and I'm looking at this, and it's working pretty well.
Yeah.
Oh my
and I'm like,
God.
something's missing,
Oh,
right?
no.
I'm not quite buying the realism of this scene. So
Oh
I
my
got to thinking,
God.
what else could I add?
Oh no.
So I realized that, of course, physically they don't quite look like clowns yet. They just look like people in makeup.
Oh my god.
So-
Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
And of course, clown noses being soft and foamy, they have
Oh
to,
my
they have
God.
to actually
Contort.
warp and contort and be depressed as they sensually rub them against each other's
Oh my
face.
goodness.
So I spent at least half the time of working on this shot getting the
Animated the
physics of the clown noses right.
Clown nose makeout physics.
This is what 20 years of
Yeah.
will get you, baby. 20 years. Oh,
There we go. So yeah.
That is so good. Wow.
So good. Man.
Oh, and then I did a quick holdout mask to make sure that the makeup didn't like come off of their faces. I was
Okay.
doing that, and then I added a little bit of shading for on their faces from the noses to make it look a little more realistic.
Oh my goodness.
And that's some permanent makeup, but it's not coming off with the water.
No,
They've gotta be
no,
ready
it's
That's
for
a
part
it.
of
tattoo.
That's who they
Yeah.
are.
They got
It's
permanent
their
face,
identity.
Yeah.
permanent face
Um,
tattoos.
Yeah.
Clownoplasty.
So
Holy crap!
the wettest
Matt.
love story of the summer
Oh my god.
is now this epic Romeo and Juliet tale, obviously, of
course.
forbidden clown love.
That is amazing.
I really
Matt.
like that one.
I'm
That's
so
funny.
happy I gave you that prompt. Matt.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. Oh my goodness.
So I'm now concocting this entire
that has
like
this whole other plot.
this entire other plot in my head.
Clown
Oh my
love.
goodness.
But of course, I can't give any of that away to Lexi.
No.
Yeah.
So I tried to be very cryptic and sent Lexi a
Ooh.
prompt, but all is not as it
Oh
seems.
no.
So you want to tell us
Yeah,
anything before
so
we
you
start
said
here?
you said cryptic, but I was leaning towards cryptid.
right. Because
So
that's the B plot.
yeah, that's the yeah. Well, the clowns are maybe cryptids in this world. Who knows?
Clowns are cryptid.
Clowns are cryptids confirmed. So I was not picking up the clown vibes at all.
No, how could you?
But
That's mess.
if I would have, that would have been great. I would have thought I was cheating or looking at your screen, but
I had no idea about the clowns.
yeah, the
That's
clowns.
So good.
But for my process, this one is relatively short because I wanted the clips to kind of speak for themselves. So we can go ahead and play that then.
All right.
So remember how I did the water lily before from the letter? So I went with this cryptid guy, monster.
Kinda looks like a clown.
I don't really know, but it's a cryptid. And I tried
Primordial
to,
clown.
yeah, the primordial clown rises from the waters. It's still a wet love story though, because
True.
this cryptid is in the lilies, so that's why I did with the love note. It's got the little lily pad on there.
Okay.
And
Oh my
then I just found this really mysterious clip of a person walking away from like a dock. So again, we're in keeping with the wet theory here.
Okay.
And then
it's a trailer. You don't have to understand
You
it.
don't.
yeah, and so I
It's supposed
wanted
to
to make
draw
it
you in.
green, like the green light in Gatsby, you know, because that was really artistic and like the American Dream. So that's basically why I did the green light.
Or for frogs.
Or true, and water lilies
Water
also.
lily clowns.
I think I just, yeah, I don't know why it's stuck for a moment, but
Did you
I
happen to, like,
was,
step
I think
away?
maybe I was searching for something and like making sure that's what I wanted.
Ooh,
So
and then, you
then
rendered
yeah,
it out.
then I rendered it out. So
I'm going to ask the same question again.
I forgot what my other one
I'm
to
about
you was.
to tell you. So you've been on this lily. You've been on this lily pad,
Oops, that's the wrong one.
on this journey about lily pad and love
Mhm.
and all sorts of stuff like that. And I gathered something about the love here. My line that she handed me after, in her mind, she's talking about lily pads and cryptids is a local blacksmith holds the key to more than just the plot holes in this town. And so,
What?
yeah. So I have been.
I was
Led
covering
astray.
for us.
She is just trying to throw me to the wolves.
If there's plot holes in our movie, then it makes sense.
But I'm sitting here again. Okay, cool. Cryptid with its big
Like mystery. I was thinking
cryptid
mystery.
with big dingaling things. And then I get thrown a blacksmith. And so I immediately realize what I must do, which is to create the love maker.
The who?
The See, I'm teasing it out. So this is the love maker to me. He's making an iron heart to go forth with this.
Aww.
And so he sits here and he makes his heart from iron, because that's what he does. And so I meticulously wrote out, even though I did not need to, because I needed to do more in the background, that the love maker, in this sense of the word, would sit here and handcraft very, very, very either weapons for killing or weapons for loving cryptids. I'm not sure, and nobody is either. And so he's doing his own
Weapons for
thing.
loving?
What?
What does that
Tools for
even
loving?
mean? You said weapons for
Weapons
loving.
for you can have weapons in love. But
As
he's
Pat Benatar told us, love is a battlefield.
Yes. And so just meticulously rotoing, and I sped this up quite a lot because what I wanted to do is in the background, if you see there's a furnace, and so I decided, well, I want to make that little furnace into a heart
Aw,
because he's the love maker, and so I sat here and
he's always making love.
he's always
Yeah.
making love. So again, I sat here and I made it into like a little heart, and I got rid of everything else that basically moves, so it'll just be a plate in the background. And then I messed up because I didn't know what that little horizontal bar was until later, so I will be adding that back in. But so I made that, cleaned it up like a little bit, And so then I brought it back into the. God, I spent too long on that heart. Brought it back in, tracked it, and then was like, okay, cool. I need to get this into the background, and then threw it in there. And then I realized it looks weird because it's very stationary. So I added the heat back, and then I realized, oh hey, I did mess up with that little bit. And so in the background of the shot, while he's working away at his heart hammer, he has a big heart of love in the background. And then I realized I was going to do something to the chest, but I decided against it. And instead, he wears his name on his anvil, which is, did I write it down here? Love Maker. The Love Maker in Comic Sans.
Oh my god.
Just tracked.
Oh no.
And portally, just, you can kind of see it. It's one of those things, blink and you'll miss it.
It's so bad.
A little Easter egg for the fans.
For the fans out there, the Love Maker.
The super fans that are going to go through this film frame by frame.
And so then I decided to add in like a little bit of pink sparks because he puts love into every single thing that he does.
Why is love pink?
And then he also added like little hearts that fly around. And so every time that he hits his hammer on it, he puts a little bit of his love into it. And so
with every hit of his hammer, is it like, ooh?
he goes, ooh. Yes. So he's like little tiny hearts in there, and he goes like, boop, 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 boop. And so I kept making them fly out of it, and so whenever it actually eventually plays, I timed it so that way each strike of the hammer makes pink sparks and hearts fly out of it in a very cartoon-esque way, as well as the
Speaking of, hit that like button. Why don't you?
Yes. And so
I
had
to like and subscribe.
Please, yes.
The Love Maker will make some love for you.
So now it makes total sense that you gave my last shot. What you gave to me was, will they find love or war?
Oh my god. Some Tom Cruise film.
So love or war, of course, in my universe, the one I have concocted in my brain,
yes.
This oppressed race of clowns in their forbidden love,
Yes.
they have to fight for that love.
You gotta fight.
So of course, a great battle ensues, and I had this kind of idea. I thought, like, this is getting toward the end of the trailer, right?
Mm-hmm.
We need a quick series of shots showing, the action shots, the rising tension, the conflict, just a little hint of it, right? Because it's a trailer.
The one tiny shot of the climax, but it's just too short to realize what's happening. Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
Absolutely. So I went a little. This last shot is a little extra because I decided to do 3 shots in one.
Ooh.
So you'll see here. I'll get it started.
Oh, let's go.
So now we've got the gathering of the forces, right? So this is the civil rights movement for the clowns. So first part,
Clown rights, if you will.
Yeah. So I'm searching. So I went and grabbed a couple of stock images. I'm making this into more of like a protest, protest sign.
More homemade.
Yeah, a little more homemade, a little more haphazard.
The clown.
Mm-hmm. And so basically, I just took some cardboard here, wrote, just used or tracked it in first, and then once I was happy with how the track went, I decided to edit the sign in Photoshop to have the message that needed to be shared with the public and with the leaders of the government. Sorry, I'm just messing.
When will they listen?
Yeah, when will they listen? It's been far too long. It is time.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
It is time for clown rights now.
Oh my god. That's a great brush.
That's from the Kyle's brush pack. You get it with Photoshop. It's pretty great.
Oh my god.
And here I was mostly looking up reference here, right? Because this clown is different. He's not like the other clowns. He's a sad clown.
Aww.
So it took me a minute to figure out how I wanted to do the makeup, but this is basically the same process that I had done on the other ones.
That is very good.
And then I had to go find some. Yeah, I found some clown hair that I was able to put on him. And he ended up looking more like a juggalo.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know, I mean, it's basically the same concept, right?
Running the juggalo.
Yeah, so I got that shot done.
Of course.
Right.
Oh
so
my
this is symbolic of the rising civil tensions that are eventually going to spill over into all-out war in this ultimate clown conflict.
Are they at war with the cryptids, or are they allied?
Well,
with
I
them?
remember I had no idea about
You
the
had no
cryptids.
idea
Yeah.
the
So we can
So the clowns
assume-
are cryptids.
I think it's implied
Okay.
that the cryptids are involved somewhere.
Okay.
But of course, the real
oh my
enemy
gosh.
here is the military and the police, right?
Does that say homo?
Well, so I didn't notice that originally.
What?
I don't think it does. I think
Homo.
because I didn't flip this, so like, this
No.
is just how I found the stock footage. I think it must stand for something. But
Yeah.
as I was working with that, I was like, man, I'm sure glad I'm replacing these
Yeah.
signs.
No, not that it was your fault, but
No,
I'm
no,
just
no.
like, wait a
Yeah,
second.
it does
It says
look
homo on the
It
side.
doesn't even say like
maybe
Homeland Security or anything.
problematic, but yeah, we're gonna fix it anyway, so don't
Okay,
worry about
good.
it.
This
we're
was
gonna find-
not intentional.
Yeah.
Are we gonna find the antagonist? against
Yeah,
the
we're going to
clowns?
find the ancient enemy of the clowns,
Oh,
who have infiltrated the world governments and are seeking to oppress these clowns.
good lord.
So this took
Ronald
me a
McDonald
while.
better
this
be
took me a
hiding
while
that.
because I had to do 4 separate tracks
Yeah.
for these idiots as they're
There's a lot of 'em.
marching.
Oh my goodness.
But eventually, yeah, I got all that done.
I just keep freaking.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry.
I should just blur it out. It's distracting. And then, yeah, okay, there
If
we
you
go.
look at it, it looks like a face with a little nose and just says
But
There you
yeah,
go.
so now I make the true, I
Ooh.
reveal
The
Fun
oh my
police.
God. Oh my good lord.
the ancient
The fun
enemy of the
police.
clowns.
Oh my god.
Banded
Oh.
together, infiltrating the world governments
The fun
to keep the clowns down.
Oh my god. That fits so good. Oh my good lord.
Oh my goodness.
He's like, all right, cool. Those two got their name tags.
So I got the name tags in
Oh
there.
my
And now I'm thinking about the last shot, right?
Ooh,
And in every movie trailer, as we've learned for the past 10 to 15 years,
yes.
every single movie trailer has to have an inexplicable blue beam coming from the sky.
Of course.
Blue beam.
So here's these people running from the protest, being chased by
This giant
this
beam.
giant beam of energy, because that's how you make an exciting
That
trailer.
is.
Marvel movies, DC movies,
Transformers.
Transformers, you name it, you have to have
Star
a blue
Wars,
beam.
blue
Got
beam.
the beam.
So I added the blue beam.
Oh my gosh.
You're just building it.
Does it turn them into unclowns?
I didn't have it do anything
Oh.
yet, because of course this is the trailer. We don't know what's going to
True.
happen.
True.
We have to keep them in suspense. So right now it's just kind of moving after them as
It's
they
just
run.
Just an orbital laser.
Yeah,
as we
exactly.
all know.
Yeah,
Oh my
the
god.
orbital fun police cannon.
I feel like we need to switch Matt and I's clip because mine is not a good one to go last compared to this one.
Will it be the piece at the end of the film?
No.
Nope.
It's like you're gonna get the most whiplash you've ever gotten. You're gonna be like, oh my god, war, and then you're gonna see mine. You're gonna be like, huh?
Well, love or war.
Love or war.
True. True.
We got a clown. Are they gonna get?
And here I'm just looking up some After Effects scripting because I'm trying to figure out how to do something.
Ooh, leaving particles behind.
Yeah, I
Ooh.
Oh,
was
wow.
trying to figure out how to make it leave or emit particles but follow the track that I
Extra
already
credit.
Oh my gosh.
done. So yeah, I'm playing around with the particles. I'm
Holy. Crap.
Yeah,
I
you guys
played-
are gonna have to show me this because I was trying to do like even a lens flare and I couldn't figure out how to do it. So this is bad. This is really bad.
and I spent
Excuse me.
way too long working on the particle effects.
Hey, it looks great.
Yeah, this is really
They're
good.
barely surviving though, as you can see. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, it gets. Oh, don't worry. It gets
Oh.
more intense.
Oh, it does.
This is just the beginning.
There's circus tents.
We have to.
Yeah, exactly.
It gets circus intense.
It's intense.
Yeah.
Oh my good lord. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
So-
what if that's the water spraying out of the flower on the clown?
Oh.
In the sky.
Orbital clown boutonniere.
Orbital Clown Boutonniere is now the title of the film.
That's the movie.
That is
That's
the
the movie.
And here I'm just
Oh
messing
my-
around with the particle effects, making sparks come out, having
Clown
a lot
around,
of fun.
get struck
Clowning
down.
Around. That's
Clown.
what I'm doing.
Oh my good lord. I can't wait
This
to
looks
see.
sick.
I can't wait to see all of these in order. 'cause
Well,
it's-
this is the one that I decided to go all out on. Like, we got to end. We got to give him a real money
Yo.
shot, something to get him excited, get him into the theater.
we got to get those ticket sales.
those
And I
sales going.
tried that, and
Did you have a crash?
my
Oh yeah, I had a window clash.
my
Oh, no.
attempt was not this.
Oh, I thought you said so.
No, it just
Yo,
sucks.
sus.
Yo, boom. Gosh, man.
That's cool.
Yeah, so the whole thing crashed. I had to rebuild half of it, but luckily I'd already figured it all out, so
Okay.
it didn't take me very long.
That's good.
Most of this was just me playing around with the different options to figure out what I wanted, and then I'm
Okay.
adding a bit more color to it, and then finally I start working on the actual scorch mark
Oh, okay.
because I wanted it to like actually. I was watching through it and I was like, this is cool, but it doesn't really look like it's doing anything. It just looks like an effect going over the top
Mhm.
of the frame.
So you had to leave a trail.
Yeah,
of
I wanted to make
destruction.
it look. I wanted to make it look like it was actually impacting the ground.
Ooh.
So I just set
Wow.
up some masks and adjusted the edges.
Fractal
and,
noise.
yeah, did some work to make it look a little like burned and cracked and things like that.
Wow.
I was adjusting the size of everything to make sure it tracked with this ground, and then you'll see here I change it from black to just kind of darkening the
Okay.
footage.
Like with an overlay or.
Yeah, I just used a multiply layer, or I think what I did is I took what I built and used it as a mask for an effect that darkened
Okay.
just with some curves and exposure.
Ooh, it leaves a little bit of blue behind too.
Yeah, like it was.
That's
I
cool.
color corrected it to be.
Oh
Yeah,
my
there we go. So
gosh,
then
man.
so the phrase that I had given to Lexi to bring us all home.
The passing of the torch.
Will their choices end in
Oh,
disaster?
my God.
Well, considering the other one did, mine's really not disastrous like at all, but. So I was still on the terror and romance, so I wanted there to be more of the romance. I cut out a lot of this. I tried to make something in Photoshop. It didn't work. It looked horrible. And then I'm just like, scrap that. So this is me looking for something else at the moment. So I tried to cut this down more than what it was also. So I tried something else. I was like, well, what if I made it look like a card instead of like
Little
a
flower?
instead of actual flowers on the thing. So I went for the idea that it's like a Hallmark card instead of actual flowers. So whoever
Every woman's dream proposal.
yes,
the
dream
Hallmark card.
yes, a Hallmark card while you're drinking your glass of wine.
The Hallmark.
Yes.
Oh my
So
God.
I just played around with some of the different effects. I didn't really know what I was doing, but I was like, I need to make this look a little bit more realistic, like it's a card on the table. So that's when I asked you, Matt. I'm like, how would I do this?
Uh-huh.
And so I just tried to apply some different things here. So that's
Which was
pretty
great
much-
because I'm giving her advice, having no idea what she's doing.
Yes.
Like, well, the general idea would be you got to color correct it, and you got to do make sure it matches the focus and all this stuff.
Add a little bit of fast box blur.
Right.
Yes. So the shot moved a little bit weird. I tracked it first.
Ghost woman.
Yeah, Ghost Woman. Which I think I don't know why I have that open. But I had to track the card and then I got it to where it was looking okay. I don't know why it's stuck on the screen.
She's important.
Whoa, well apparently she is.
This actually.
Is it still going or is
Yeah,
it? Oh,
it's still
okay. Well, okay.
Hey!
And we're back. Thanks, folks. We're back. So I worked on the card, and then I was like, I'm gonna replace the background on this, and I tried a bunch of different things, and I like even imported like a light pack because I didn't know how to do lens flares, and it just was not working. The Rhoda was very hard because she has very curly hair, and so it was picking up the purple of the background anyway. So I just didn't like how much it was like clipping in and out. So I attempted this probably like 2 or 3 times trying to do different colors and all of that. And eventually I just settled on like, I don't really like it the way that it is. So here's me trying to fix it and do something kind of interesting. But ultimately I just went back to the original clip. Cause see, yeah, still I was trying to somehow make it work and eventually it did not. So I even cut out some of this part as well.
Well, that's the lady who's going to save the entire group of clowns. Like, they're going to come to her as a soothsayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be able to
The
solve
great crystal clown nose
Crystal.
that she has brought forth.
It has been
The
passed
crystal
down
clown
for
nose.
generations.
Dang it! Now I
artifact.
wish I would have made the crystal ball red. That would have been funny.
You had no
I
idea.
didn't know.
There's no way.
I didn't know.
Matt's like, secretly, every one of my clips will now have clowns in it. Every single one.
So yeah, that's basically what the end part of this was trying to do something cool, and it not working out. Okay,
So
so
now
can
we
we
gotta-
see them in order of?
Yeah, well, I think now we're gonna go and edit this together into a proper
Oh, God.
trailer, which will take us a little while, but the viewers will be seeing it here in just-
Right now. Critics are calling it the feel-good movie of the year. A thriller that chillers. A tale of terror and romance. Who knew cryptids could have such big hearts and, well, other things? This summer, the wettest love story splashes onto the big screen. But all is not as it seems. A local blacksmith holds the key to more than just the plot holes in this town. Will they find love? Or war? Will their choices end in disaster? Just another day. Quit clowning around and fight.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no!
Man, with the sound, that's really good.
That's what I was like. We need the sound. The visuals
Yeah.
we basically
Yeah.
already have, luckily. But
I can't believe that actually looked like a trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, not a good one.
I
Like
mean,
the trailer looked great. The movie looks terrible.
yeah.
so what?
But I've seen worse.
I was gonna say I've seen some modern trailers that I walk away being like, "What is this gonna be about?" I have no idea. So
Yeah.
at least this one, you're like, "Oh, it'll be clowns."
It
There's
will.
gonna,
You know.
there's gonna be clowns and is that monster fucking I can smell? Is that,
Yeah,
Is that
basically.
what I'm getting a whiff of?
Oh God, is this in Smell-O-Vision?
Oh god,
I don't. I'm out.
4D.
I'm sorry. No.
40.
that's what the new AR experiences are
Oh
gonna be.
no. Ugh.
Oh, my God.
goodness. I'm glad you all like the clown sound effects because every time that I noticed a clown would be on screen, I tried to hide a little.
Oh my,
Yeah.
you hit it because
I
it
hit-
wasn't hidden.
I hit
it
a
was
couple extra ones that you might not have heard.
Oh my
Okay,
God. I'm gonna have to
well.
go back and watch it again.
yeah. The sheer, this is filmmaking, so
Now that's pod racing.
as we say on this channel, this is filmmaking, so But yeah, so that was our trailer crash, trailer trash, rendered trailer stuff.
What did we decide to call it?
I thought we went with trailers.
Trailer trash. So.
Yes.
Yeah, that was our trailer trash. So we hope that you guys enjoyed this episode.
If you have any other ideas for challenges or games we can play, let us know in the comments.
And always like, comment, and subscribe as well.
Also, you hit that like button. It's gonna sound like a clown nose, so go ahead and do that.
If it's not working for you, it's probably a technical issue.
Yeah, log
or-
into another device that's signed into a different account and,
And
then
like
try
that
liking
too.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
liking it from there and subscribing from there might actually help. Thank you all very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.